I have railed against this place for years. Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
I'm oddly kind of excited about today. So this is one that we had like not great experience with years ago. Tony's Town Square Restaurant. It is in Magic Kingdom, right there whenever you first walk in off to the right-hand side. Themed to The Lady and the Tramp, you know, based off of Tony the chef. And anyway, years and years ago, I think it might have been our first trip we went, and it was not good. It was not good. So we haven't been back. This is like a staple for some people though. I've heard some people have to eat here on every trip they come on. We have a dear friend that used to work at Tony's and kind of has a dear place in her heart for it. So I'm willing to give it another go.
I am not, but I will for this situation and the continuity of all the dining reviews, trying to hit every location. I am not looking forward to this, kind of like TRX Cafe, but I am going to try and keep an open mind. They have gone through a menu redo relatively recently, so I am hoping that, I've heard that it is better, so I'm hoping that that elevates the food somewhat. I don't love the location of this. It is right there in Town Square, but unless you want to eat like first thing or last thing when you're coming or going, like you have to, wherever you're at in Magic Kingdom, you have to make your way all the way to the front of Magic Kingdom, eat, and then go back and do whatever you're doing. So for me, the logistics of it alone is not that great. All that to say, Magic is here because it is Christmas season. It is November 1st. I am having a hard time giving up Halloween, hence the villain shirt. But we're gonna go see what the magical Christmas decor has happened to Magic Kingdom. We've heard that the tree isn't up yet, which is weird because they should put up the tree like overnight from October 31st into November 1st. So not sure what's going on there, but we're gonna go check that out. I'm more excited about that than I am Tony's Town Square. Who knows? Maybe it'll become my new favorite table service in Magic Kingdom.
I somehow doubt that.
But there's only one way to find out. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's go. Set in the atrium out here, and the parade is getting ready to come by, so...
Definitely upping the ambiance level here.
For sure, yeah.
All right, so Magic Kingdom did just add drinks like alcohol to the menu outside of just wine and beer to table service restaurants. So I got the limoncello sidecar. It is very tart, but it is good.
And then I got their whiskey drink, which is a Little Italy cocktail. It's pretty nice, actually. I mean, it's very whiskey.
That's actually really good.
Our appetizers here.
The toy box salad, kind of like a caprese salad. And then we got the bread to share, which they pour over this like buttery garlic sauce.
Now I kind of want to just drench it in it. So, parade is not here yet, so let's try the bread. Actually, it looks really good.
This is really tasty, and I love that sauce. I might actually drizzle some over mine and see what happens. I don't know.
The tomato caprese burrata salad, whatever.
Yeah, it's good. It's very fresh. It could use a little bit of salt, and there's not salt on our table.
That's not my favorite. The garlic bread's amazing. The tomato salad, I would prefer just a normal caprese salad, but it's not bad. I mean, the tomatoes are fresh, and the burrata is pretty good. The parade has concluded, and just in time for our meal here.
Yep.
The orchietti, which is like a shell pasta with this spicy Italian sausage, looks fantastic.
It's got some broccoli rabe in there too. It looks really good.
That sausage is phenomenal, actually.
Yeah.
It is very hot, which is a good thing. The pasta is cooked well. The sauce that it's in is very liquidy, but super flavorful.
It's good. The meatball is just slightly underdone, but it's not to where like I would be concerned with like any health risks or anything like that. I was worried because it didn't look like there was going to be a lot of flavor in there, but I got a strong like basil presence, so that was kind of nice.
I think of the two, I like mine much better. I'm not like a super big fan of just that red marinara sauce on the spaghetti, but the meatballs are pretty flavorful.
Yeah, and to be fair, like yours has a lot more like innovativeness to it, so this is a very simple meal, but I think it was executed well.
We're gonna finish this up at home. I've got a lot to say about this. This is a lot to say. Do you have anything to say before we wrap it up here?
Nope, let's keep it a mystery.
Yeah, finish up at home.
I have railed against this place for years. And I am actually happy to admit it is so much better than when we first tried this way back when.
But first, if you are looking to plan your next magical vacation, whether it is at Disney, Universal, cruise lines, or all-inclusive resorts, we would absolutely love to help. And we have a great, amazing team of Fantastical Advisors that can help you with your next trip. So check us out at fantasticalvacations.com.
Kitty would also love to help. She's a good cheerleader.
I did tell him that he owes Tony's like an official public apology.
I am fine with apologizing, but I do not owe Tony's an apology because the first time we went there, it was pretty abysmal.
It was pretty bad.
So what I will say is I owe Tony's a redo. I owed them the willingness to be open-minded walking in, which I was, and pleasantly surprised and happy to publicly proclaim that this is actually a pretty good restaurant now.
We actually want to start with service here.
Yeah.
Because, so they went to seat us. We actually, whenever we walked in, checked in, they went to seat us quickly the first time around. And they took us back to the darkest, furthest table in the back of the restaurant, like crammed in amongst everyone else. And I was like, is there any possibility we could sit in that atrium area out there? And she was like, well, we got to go back out and check. She said, it'll be about 15 extra minutes. And I said, no problem. And 25 minutes later, I went up and I was like, do we have a status report on how much longer it would be? And I'm pretty sure that they forgot.
Yeah. So I was, at that moment, I was like, we're done. It hasn't gotten any better. This is awful. Anyway, they set us in one of the best seats of the house, right up next to the windows in that atrium, overlooking the parade route. It was fantastic. Our waitress did a phenomenal job checking on us.
Fantastic.
She was great.
Probably one of the best in theme park servers we have ever had.
We're giving it a 3.5 only because of that initial half an hour, that first half an hour where, you know, they tried to seat us back in a corner that was just, I wouldn't want to sit there if I wasn't recording. It was back kind of by the kitchen. It was not good.
Yeah.
But waiting that extra 25, 30 minutes, you know, for getting us aside, the table was worth it. Like if they had said, we're going to sit you in one of the best seats in the house, if you wait half an hour, it'd be like, okay.
Yeah. But
to say, yeah, you can sit in there in 15 minutes and then just forget about you and then we have to go check, that's not good. So we gave it a 3.5. The waitress was a 4 or maybe slightly above, but then that first 30 minutes was not great. So ambiance and theming, we are going to, the atrium and that front porch, if the weather is nice outside, are spectacular.
Yes.
The rest of the restaurant and the waiting area and the restrooms whenever you walk in, because the restrooms are not just for the restaurant itself, they are also for everybody else that comes into town, the Town Square Theater.
I think that the ambiance and theming is a 4.
I still don't like the logistics of it being right at the front of the park. So either if you're not doing it when you first come in or when you're getting ready to leave, like you have to stop whatever you're doing at the back of the park, whatever land you're in, and then come all the way to the front and then go back to do whatever you're doing. So I don't love that. But other than that, it's pretty great, honestly. Drinks,
they surprised me.
They did. There's only 3 cocktails. So Magic Kingdom just started allowing table service restaurants to serve alcohol inside of cocktails. Mm-hmm. So they just started beer and wine a few years ago. Now they can do a couple of alcoholic cocktails. Well, we just had the first day last week whenever we did Crystal Palace and they were not good. Today they were actually pretty good. There was only 3 of them. We got 2 of the 3. I got the whiskey one. You got the limoncello cocktail. Both were good. Like,
Yeah,
good.
and they actually tasted, so my complaint with last week's was that it really just tasted like a pre-mixed, like there was no effort except pouring it into a glass put into that, whereas this was an actual mixed beverage that someone had made.
I'm not sure I would get them again when I go there, but they were definitely above average. We gave cocktails or drinks a 3.5.
And then the food. So I was a little nervous about this because it wasn't good the last time we went.
It was Chef Boyardee the last time we went. I am not kidding. It was Chef Boyardee quality food the last time we went.
It was. And so this time, so we started out with our appetizers. We got the garlic bread for the table, which is like, well, there were probably, 8?
Yeah. So the picture I took, we had already scarfed 2 down. So the picture has 6, but there were actual 8 pieces. And then it came out with this cheese sauce.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could drink that sauce. It would not be good for you, but you could.
I wouldn't drink it.
But it was some of the best garlic bread I've had in a very long
really
time.
good.
Like, it was very good.
The tomato and burrata salad, it needed just a little, like some sort of finishing flavor, like a little bit of salt and maybe a little bit of acidity, like a balsamic glaze or something, just to bring it all together. But the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the onion, the burrata, it was all super, super fresh.
That was the freshest tomatoes and cucumber that I have ever had in a theme park. Like, it was...
You don't get fresh vegetables in a good salad, not a great salad, a good salad in a theme park restaurant, regardless of where you're going, right?
And it was a mixture of different kinds of tomatoes. So there was like, like the little cherry tomatoes, and then there were the yellow tomatoes, and then there was like regular red tomatoes, and then the ones that are kind of like, they tend to be bigger and kind of more purpley in color. Like, oh my gosh.
We really know our tomatoes around here.
All I know is there was a lot of different tomatoes, and it was good.
And then our 2 main dishes. So you got the spaghetti and meatballs. What'd you think?
It was, it's a very plain dish, right? What all can you do to make spaghetti and meatballs that exciting?
This was the most Chef Boyardee-like, I would say, any of our food items were. But the only thing that was the only thing that was close to Chef Boyardee was the red sauce. There was not a lot going on with the red sauce, but the noodles were good, and the meatballs themselves were actually very good.
They were.
A little undercooked in the middle. There was a little too pink, but not enough to send it back. But yeah.
As for a very simple plain dish, I feel like it was done well.
So I got the orecchiette, I think that's how you say that, Italian.
With spicy Italian sausage.
With spicy Italian sauce. The lemon...
It's like a lemon butter sauce?
the lemon garlic butter.
Oh my gosh.
It was phenomenal. I mean, I wanted to drink that sauce. It was very, very... In fact, we were planning to bring home more garlic bread than we did, but I needed to soak up the sauce with the garlic bread. The pasta was cooked well, and the Italian sausage was very good. Man, I would definitely go back and get that again. I wouldn't get the spaghetti and meatballs again, but that was good. We wanted to actually get dessert too, but number 1, we were full. Number 2, we were running late to pick Aiden up, but they do have a tiramisu cannoli that we were eyeballing and that she said was fabulous. We didn't have time to stick around for it, but I'm looking forward to actually going back and getting that.
I would like to go back and try it. It looked good. So anyway, all in all, food is a 4.
So all of that together, 4, 4, 3.5, 3.5. Overall, Tony's Town Square gets a 3.75, which for a table service theme park restaurant, which we hated years ago the last time we went, that is incredible. I am glad we went into this with an open mind. It was a lot better. Not a little bit, it was a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah. Kudos to whoever changed that menu and turned that restaurant around, because well done. Well done.
I mean, across the board, I would rather eat here than, for sure, Crystal Palace, probably be our guest.
Yeah.
And maybe Cinderella's Royal Table. Like this.
Because it's cheaper. It'd be cheaper.
It's
than
cheaper. You can order what you want. You got a better view. Like, you're not in the castle, but you're also in Town Square, and you can meet Mickey right there.
Yeah.
I would rather eat here than any other table service right now. Like, it could obviously change, but
yeah,
I was impressed.
I highly recommend requesting when you check in to sit in the atrium. so that
Yes.
you can actually have those really beautiful views.
Look, kudos to Tony's for turning this around. It's too easy to just bash on Disney with everything they do wrong all the time. This is something they did very, very right, redoing this menu and putting these new flavorful dishes on there. Like, I'm going back. I will be back to Tony's. You never thought I would say that.
Thought he would say those words.
I will be back to Tony's. Yeah.
We need that tiramisu cannoli. Well, if you are liking our dining reviews, please hit that like and subscribe button because you don't want to miss the next fabulous place we end up.
And check out our podcast. We publish Addicted to the Mouse twice weekly, once on Sundays and once on Wednesdays, where we talk about all our adventures living here next to Disney World or anywhere else we go as a family. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you on the next video.